In this episode, we'll be talking about adding amazing color to your happy diabetic eating lifestyle. The recipe of the podcast, my roasted vegetable soup, just in time for farmer's market, and so much more. This episode of the Happy Diabetic Kitchen podcast is sponsored by my diabetes supplier, US Med. US Med offers free shipping and a 90-day supply with every order. To see how they can simplify your diabetes care, call 1-877-840-8218. I did, and I can feel the love. Remember, there is a much better solution, US Med. Hello everyone, I am Chef Robert Lewis, the Happy Diabetic, and this is the internet's most delicious cooking podcast. I'm here in the kitchen getting ready to explore a healthy and happy diabetic lifestyle. I want to take the mystery out of healthy cooking, explore some amazing foods, and my personal diabetic journey with all my successes and all my challenges. Let me help you live your best happy diabetic lifestyle. So, welcome to the kitchen, and if you're new to the show, I can't tell you how excited I am that you're here. So, stay tuned everybody, we will be right back. Welcome to the podcast everybody, and thanks for being in the kitchen with me. In today's episode, my cooking tips from the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, where I went to chef school. I'm going to share with you tips and tricks. Also, the recipe of the podcast is my farmer's market roasted vegetable soup of love. In my neck of the woods, the farmers markets are just opening up, so we're super excited about that. And how about we talk about adding color to your diet for great nutrition? All this and so much more. We will be right back. Okay, it's time for the tips from the Culinary Institute of America where I went to chef school. Three simple ways to make your cooking elevate to the next level. Did you know putting a lid on the pot to make your water boil faster is the key? Seems obvious, I know, but if you don't know, now you know. Another tip would be stop crowding your pans. Food that's crowded in a cast iron skillet or a saute pan will get steamed and soggy instead of crispy and delicious. So, don't crowd your food. Give it plenty of room. Another one of my favorite tips is always keep your lemons cold in the fridge. They'll keep longer that way. So you'll always be able to add fresh lemon juice to everything from dressings to cocktails to roasted vegetables. Hey, plus, you can use the squeezed rinds to clean and deodorize your wooden cutting boards. They work great. Those are some tips from the Culinary Institute of America. When I was in chef school, things I've learned. And when we come back, I'm so excited for this because it's my roasted vegetable soup of love straight from the farmer's market. Okay, everybody? I don't know what to tell you. Good news is we will be right back. It's time for the recipe of the podcast, one of my favorites, my roasted vegetable soup of love. You'll find this recipe at happydiabetic.com. Let's first look at all the delicious farmer's market ingredients. You're going to need carrots, mushrooms, peppers, onions, 1 can of drained cannellini beans or white beans, 1 can of drained diced tomatoes, a small butternut squash, 3 garlic cloves, a little canola oil or extra virgin olive oil, some fresh thyme, a little salt, a little pepper, and some no salt added vegetable stock. Okay, don't get excited. 1.5 cups of shredded or diced kale. Now, if you're not a kale fan, spinach would work great, but I'm telling you, the kale is amazing. And we're going to finish it off with some fresh chopped parsley to give it that, oh, so delicious spring flavor. Okay, so let's put this amazing recipe together. And remember, you'll find it at my website, happydiabetic.com. First things first, let's get that oven preheated to 425 degrees. We're going to spread the vegetables out on a single layer. I like to use parchment paper on a sheet pan. We're going to drizzle the oil and mix it with your hands to evenly distribute it so the vegetables are nicely coated. Remember, too much oil will make your vegetables soggy. Then what we're going to do is roast them in the oven for 30 minutes. And I would stir them occasionally, maybe even halfway through, give them a good stir. Then we're going to pour the tomatoes and the thyme over the vegetables and roast them all for another 15 minutes until the tomatoes and the vegetables have turned slightly golden brown. Let's remove the thyme stems. Use the spatula to transfer your vegetables and tomato mixture into a large saucepan. Slowly add the stock and add the white beans. Season with a little pepper if it needs it, and we're going to simmer for 10 to 20 minutes. Then add the kale or the spinach and simmer for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes until the kale or the spinach is nice and wilted. Add the parsley for that fresh flavor. Stir to combine, remove from the heat. It's time to eat. This recipe will make approximately 6 servings. My Happy Diabetic, diabetic-friendly roasted vegetable soup of love. There she is. I hope you're going to enjoy. Check it out at the website, happydiabetic.com. And when we come back, let's talk about adding color to your diet for great nutrition. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. We will be right back. Okay, let's add some color to your diet for great nutrition. This is an article that I came across from the Harvard Medical School. Choosing at least one vegetable from each 5 color groups to get a wide range of healthy nutrients is the key. So when we talk about adding color to your diet, we're not talking about adding M&Ms, the blue, green, brown. Love M&Ms, but that's not what we're talking about. This is all about fruits and vegetables with color. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables. Nature's rust prohibitor, the high in antioxidant goodness found in these various vegetables and fruits. So let's chat about the color number 1, which is going to be purple or blue. A couple vegetables that come to mind right away would be kale. I know what you're thinking, but kale is delicious. It has dark green leaves, and it's got kind of a purple rib right in there, and some of the leaves are purpley and green. High nutrition. 1 cup of kale provides all your daily needs for vitamin A, C, and K. Kale is also a good source of calcium and potassium, and we know that calcium helps to preserve both bone strength and potassium aids blood pressure control. So what are some other purpley foods that are in this group? Well, what comes to mind right away would be eggplant, cauliflower, turnips, potatoes, cabbage, asparagus, and carrots. That was number 1, purple. Okay, my favorite color, green, number 2. Let's talk about Swiss chard. Swiss chard is among the many green vegetables rich in phytochemicals. The ribs in the chard are usually another bright color like red, yellow, even multiple colors like rainbow chard. 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard provides all of your daily needs for vitamins A and K, and half your daily vitamin C. It's a great source for potassium, calcium, and fiber. Now, what about some other vegetables that I think about typically for green? Well, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, bok choy, broccoli rabe, salad greens, sprouts, collard or turnip greens. All right, number 3 is going to be orange. Let's talk about sweet potatoes. Orange and yellow fruits are vegetables that get their color from antioxidants, alpha and beta carotene. 1 medium baked sweet potato provides all the vitamin A you need daily. It also provides a very significant source of vitamin C, B, calcium, iron, and potassium. In fact, sweet potatoes are richer than bananas in potassium, which helps keep blood pressure under control if you have hypertension. What other vegetables can you think about that might be in this group? Yes, orange or yellow varieties include carrots, yellow and orange peppers, and many varieties of squash and pumpkins. Yellow, red, green peppers are also super delicious. But speaking about red, that's our 4th group, tomatoes. Tomatoes are high in lycopene, the pigment found in abundance in red, orange, or yellow fruits and vegetables. Science isn't really clear, according to the Harvard School of Medicine, whether the health benefits of tomatoes come mostly from lycopene or from their full range of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. 1 cup of cooked tomatoes provides nearly all your daily vitamin C and about 25 to 30% of your vitamin A. Tomatoes are a good source of potassium and iron. Other vegetables in the group? Well, what do you think? What red varieties would be delicious? How about beets, red peppers, radishes, radicchio, red onions, and red lettuces? Okay, we're moving on to group number 5, white or light green vegetables, parsnips. Now, you may not be so aware of parsnips, but they are a root vegetable like a carrot, and they're widely available and have richer complement of nutrients than onions, the white light green vegetable consumed in abundance in the American diet. White fruits and vegetables contain compounds called flavonoids, which have an amazing abundance and a huge range of healthful properties. Now, the nutrition profiles for this particular group of white to light green, well, for example, 1 cup of parsnips provide about 1/4 of your daily fiber, vitamin C, and vitamin K. They also deliver potassium, magnesium, vitamin E, and B, as well as calcium and many other minerals. Other vegetables in this group, well, you can only imagine. Garlic, one of my favorites, onions, leeks, celery, asparagus, kohlrabi, radishes, Napa cabbage, squash, fennel, and one of my favorites, turnips. So I just want to close with this thought. I'm going to challenge you to transform your eating habits into a program of nutritious and delicious food choices that can last a lifetime. All these vegetables that we've talked about are available at your local grocery store or at your farmer's market. And start slow, take baby steps, right? Get a parsnip, get some Swiss chard. I mean, they're super simple. And if you want to learn how to cook more, reach out to me at happydiabetic.com. Go to my contact link and say, hey, Chef Robert, would you send me an amazing Swiss chard recipe? I would love to. Imagine this: extra virgin olive oil in a hot pan, a little bit of garlic, fresh Swiss chard, some sliced onions, wilt it a little bit, saute it. I'm telling you, this is food of love. And of course, there's nothing like the sizzle in your pan. It smells so good. So you might find this hard to believe, but I recently signed up for Medicare, right? Well, receiving your medical supplies like glucose monitors and insulin pumps can sometimes be a hassle, even painful. But not with my friends at US Med. Their motto is better service, better care. It's what they call white glove service. I was worn out by having to make multiple trips to my pharmacy only to discover the orders were not ready, long lines, or, hey, we need to call your doc to confirm the refill. Don't worry, we'll take care of everything. Then only to find out about 2 weeks later the pharmacy has not responded to the email or faxes. That's the thing I hated the most. Do what I did. Head over to usmed.com/happy diabetic. Hey, are you ready for US Med to always provide you 90 days worth of supplies and fast free shipping? They carry everything from insulin pumps and diabetes testing supplies to the latest CGMs, the Freestyle Libre 2 and 3, and the Dexcom G6 and G7. You know my love for the Libre 2 system, and if you're just starting out with Medicare like me, US Med should be your very next call. Broad private insurance coverage with over 800 private insurers and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you're looking for supplies, everything from insulin pumps and diabetes testing supplies to the latest CGMs, well, and you're looking for better service, easier service, delivered right to your door with free shipping, that's right, I said it, free shipping, well, US Med might be just what you're looking for. Simply call this number, 1-877-885-0012, or simply go to usmed.com/happy diabetic. Don't wait any longer. Do what I did. Call now. Hey, I think that's my doorbell. I think that's my 90-day supply of my Libre 2 delivered right to my door with free shipping. What are you waiting for? Call now. The Happy Diabetic does not provide medical advice. This podcast is offered only to provide general information regarding health. Information in this podcast is really not intended to be a substitute for medical treatment performed by a health care professional. So, if you have questions, consult them before making any major changes to your diet or your eating or exercise lifestyle. I'm not a doctor or a certified educator. I'm a chef living with type 2 diabetes just like you. Although I have 3 children, Attila, Dracula, and Frankenstein, that makes me a psychiatrist of sorts. If you're loving what you hear in the kitchen, be sure to share this podcast, The Happy Diabetic Kitchen, with all your friends and family. And if you want to hear the latest episodes, just head over to my website, happydiabetic.com. We'll always have them there or anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. Of course, hoping this is your favorite podcast. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a single recipe or podcast episode. Our podcast is sponsored by my friends at US Med Supply. Our theme music by the Happy Diabetic Kitchen Band, and of course, our kitchen mascots, Scout and Tucker. This year, better than last year. This month, better than last month. This week, better than last week. And this day, better than yesterday. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And let me leave you with this thought. Famous French chef Jacques Pepin once said, "Cooking is the art of adjustment." Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and remember this, no one loves you more than me. See you next time.